Yo, what's happening, Fight Week fans? What's happening, people? Hope everybody's doing well. The Fight Week Shan, we just turned up here, give you UFC Vega 60, but I'm already pissed off and the show ain't even fucking started yet. Let's fucking go.
The Fight Week Show.
Hey guys, this is John Anik from the UFC. You're watching the Fight Week Show. Please subscribe, not now, but right now. Subscribe to the Fight Week Show. We'll see you guys on the road soon.
Yo, people. Hope everybody's doing well. How you doing, people? Hey, we got William in the house. We got Jordan in the house. What's the odds MMA? Thank you for joining us tonight, people. Bro, it's been a nice week. It's been a nice week to bask in a nice card, on a nice card. UFC 279 just happened. Crazy card. We love everything what happened on that card. You know what I mean? That's a fighters card. That's a fighters fan card, man. You know what I mean? Jordan, let me come to you first. What did you make of the card as a whole and some of the fights that you saw, especially on the main card?
Trying to remember back to how the card went. What was the first fight in the main card?
Right. Well, let's go from the main. Let's go from the main event.
Wasn't it Aldana?
No. Let's go from the main event. Let's go from Nate. Let's work our way down from Nate,
right.
From Nate down. Nate and Tony Ferguson.
That was a strange fight, man. I enjoyed it, but at times it looked like Nate was just ready to leave. Like he didn't really care what was going on. I don't know if it's part of the mind games and stuff, but the leg kicks were really getting to him. Like there was points where he was shaking his head and like trying to walk somewhat out the cage, but then he'd come back 2 seconds later and jump in. So it was a good fight, good way. I'm so glad that Nate didn't have to fight Hamzat. It was a good way for him to go out. Tony seems to think it went well for him if you have a look at how he's responded to it. So overall, the main event went about as good as it could for the fans, I think.
Right. Just trying some layouts here.
So I'm wondering, what the hell you doing? Yeah, if you're going to try that, shouldn't he have been there since he was the one talking?
No, bro. I'm just put layouts out there and you just try them on. And this one happens to be the best one. Anyways, what about you? What did you make of the Nate Tony Ferguson fight? Because we know how much you know how much you love and respect Tony, and you're a big fan of his. Both fighters, but I'm just talking, Tony in general. People that know you would know that you fuck with Tony heavy, and the way the fight went with Nate. Because some people, when we was doing the live stream, shout out to B Dubs and shout out to Leroy. You're real. Salute to both of those guys. We did all right on our watch along view. So shout out to those brothers there for keeping us company that night there. And some of the feedback that we got during the main event was the fight was next to comedic. What was your take on it? Because I have a different view on that. But what was your take on it?
I'd like to hear your take, but I don't know. It went well for me. I don't know about you two. It went well for me. Yeah. I thought Nate was all right, but then he started playing around a bit. And then when what's his name? I told you guys the only way to beat Nate is by kicks. Yeah. And when my guy started putting in the kicks, I was thinking, this is, oh my God, Nate is gonna go out on a loss right now. Because it looked like Ferguson was doing a lot. I don't know what you were watching. Well, I felt like Ferguson was doing a lot in the second round. I think was it the second round or third round?
I'll say the second.
Second. Yeah, it was doing a lot, and I was thinking, oh my God, today might end with a loss here. The way Nate was fighting as well, it looked like
that nice Johnny Walker drink there. Carry on. Go ahead. Let me just pour some Johnny Walker. Big up to everybody over there. Yeah. So please go ahead.
So you actually went to the shop to go buy a Johnny Walker drink. Yeah?
Please go ahead. Go ahead.
You see the extent in which people who go to troll me, and then when I do something, then everyone's like, yo, calm down.
Bro, I'm just about to enjoy it. You know,
Okay.
let me
Like
bask,
said,
blood. Let me bask. Who's gonna get there? I just want to sleep of Johnny Walker. And big up Kerry Parker, by the way. Big up Kerry Parker.
Even though Usman don't claim Nigeria like you think he does, in his passport it's USA, so I can cuss him. Yeah, in his US part, I can cuss him. I can cuss Marty, can't I?
No. Listen, the flag prevents you to cuss any kind of
Marty,
any kind of Usman, any kind of trolling, man.
I'm talking,
bro.
Marty.
Move on. Now let me enjoy my Johnny Walker. And hey, you know what? Salute to Jordan as well, man. He put me up, but you know what? He said you should get a bottle of Johnny Walker. I'm like, that's not a bad idea, you know. Let me get that bottle of Johnny Walker right there, man. You know, Jordan, man, you're a devil, but you lead me in the right direction, man, because he's hurting that brother there.
I've got your back, man.
Go ahead.
What is hurting me?
No, please, go ahead.
Who's got a US passport? What are you talking about?
Salute. Go ahead.
He's a shit fighter anyway, Usman. But yeah,
you were saying
nothing. I thought for a second in the second round. I actually thought, Ferguson he's about to spoil the party and all of that. But thank God for that. Thank God that Nate had that guillotine right around the neck, all the. I don't know how Nate does it because I was watching him versus Conor, the first one, yeah. And if you watch when they first went down, he had Conor, you know, the same way. The only thing was Conor span round. Yeah. That's the only thing. Conor span round. This Ferguson didn't spin. Ferguson just went into it. I don't know what Ferguson was trying to do, but I don't know how. Like, it's a one hand. Like, he can get you with one hand. He can squeeze it. That's hard because they try and talk it with the other hand kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? To try and get a little bit of talk around it. He could get you with that one hand and still squeeze with that one hand, and that's dangerous for me. So
apparently Nate had been drilling it all week, expecting Hamzat and having to stuff a lot of takedowns, so he was planning on defending with guillotines. So that was like something he'd been training all week, expecting to fight Hamzat.
He fell right into his hands. We will touch on what you just put down. We'll touch on that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say big up to everybody in the chat right now. I see Luca there, I see Diego doing the Lord's work. I see Jay Greens. You know what I mean? Thank you very much for joining us. Everybody that's joining us, that's watching us live right now, salute to all of you. And we have just broken over 1,000 subs. Thank you to everybody that supported us up until this point. You guys are the best, man. You know what I mean? We're working hard on the channel, and we're going to carry on bringing content on the channel for you guys, man. With the support has been tremendous. You know what I mean? Over this period since we started the channel up until this point. So thank you to everybody that's supporting us, and we want to get on the road now to 2,000, and hopefully with your support and with the way you get us out there and shout us up and and plug us on other channels and stuff, we're gonna get there together. So thank you. And on the boxing topics, I've seen a couple boxing topics that's coming up. AJ versus Fury incoming. We got Canelo versus Triple G. My guy, Triple G is my G. You know what I mean? We got that fight coming in tomorrow, so we're gonna touch up on that before we end this stream. We're gonna get the opinion of William, especially William, because this is more his forte. I couldn't go around trying to bet and do a forfeit with William on some boxing thing. You know what I mean? I'll be on the bad end of that bet. So big up to everybody, man. Let me chime in on the whole Nate and Tony Ferguson thing, because for me, when I look at that fight, for me it was vintage from both fighters. A little bit slow, because when you look at the age, you know what I mean, that has to be taken into consideration. Both of them got plenty of mileage on them. You know what I mean? So you're not going to expect them to be moving, like a prospect that just jumped on the scene. You know what I mean? And regardless of how you look at it, every move that they were making was still calculated, in my opinion. It was still calculated. So Nate, with the comedic stuff he was doing, for me, was vintage Nate. And I said it the entire time on this, while the watch along was going. That I don't know how much Nate people see, but if you see, it's not just even him. You go and watch both Diaz brothers. That's how they fight. They grab their knees like they're taking a breather. They'll go to the cage. They'll do all kinds of shenanigans to throw you off your game. And when they get that opening, they catch you. And how poetic was it for Nate to sink that guillotine in at 2 minutes, 9 seconds and doing the, the vintage Nate pose as the ref tries to pull him off. A proper win. A nice way for Nate Diaz to go out. Although Tony Ferguson on another day, that would have been a whole different thing on another day for Tony Ferguson. He is another one that we did say in the preview that which one of these two are going to pull guard first, because we know how good their jiu-jitsu is. We know how crazy their jiu-jitsu skill set. That sub there could have happened to either of those two guys. It really could have.
Nah, I blame Tony's corner. For me,
they told him to take him down.
For me, the point in which I was watching the fight from, Tony began to start putting it onto Nate. He was putting it onto Nate. Even though he was getting buzzed, he was still putting it onto Nate. So I thought if he kept going that way, you could make it a really, 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 really close fight. And then his corner told him, take him now. Just go for the takedown.
I don't know how close Tony was to stopping it with leg kicks, but he should never have stopped.
Them leg kicks were hurting Nate. They were hurting Nate.
I was saying to you, that's the only way.
But then he started bleeding. He started bleeding bad on his shin. Tony started bleeding bad on his shin.
What? This is Tony's flipping metal.
That's what I was going to say. Tony's got really scarred up shins, though. They split a lot.
If you're flipping metal, then the neck should be metal too. You know what I mean? Like that neck, you shouldn't be tapping from that.
You're a twat. How can the neck be metal, you donut?
You try to say the man's metal, like, boy, the man bleeds too, and Nate knows that.
You
Nate
think
knows
I'm on the back today, just because I can't say nothing about Nigerians. You think I'm on the back foot? Just wait. I found my ways. I already found my ways.
Hey, bro, that Nigerian name should not even be coming in your mouth, man. Stop fucking with profits, man. You know what I mean? This is a whole year, right? What's today's date? Because I have to time it. I need to put it on the calendar.
You can time it from last week, you donut.
Huh?
You can time it from last week, you donut.
Yeah. I need to put. No. I'm going to time it from today because I want that extra week in the next year.
Do not say
I want that
against Nigerians. Yeah, Nigerians.
No. Please.
If I don't know you're Nigerian, I'm shooting my dart.
Bro. You can't just be spraying.
I'm never gonna find out what nationality.
You can ask me and I'll tell.
I don't want to know.
No. You can ask me and I'll tell you, bro.
No.
You can ask me and I'll tell you. You can't. No. You can't just go around spraying and making and trying to fucking put stray bullets on some of them Nigerians there. No. We're not having that, fam. We're not having that at all. Hey, let's get onto the co-main event. Li Jingliang. Versus...
Anyway, I only talk about countries in the World Cup. So from now onwards, I only talk about people who are going to the World Cup.
No. Bro, just keep the thing out of your mouth.
I'm not saying
behave yourself.
I'm talking about those who are not going to the World Cup.
Honor the thing, man. You know. I know you're good. I know you're good for it. You know what I mean? Right now you're just playing stupid and stubborn, blood. You know what I mean? I that ain't gonna wash with me because nothing. I don't miss nothing. I don't miss nothing. None of your bullshit is gonna work.
Only countries at the World Cup.
Yo, none of your bullshit. Hey, people in the chat, if you lot see him trying to get out of hand, let me know if he's trying to slide some digs in there that that I may not be aware of. Yeah, man, bring man to the attention. Hey, Jordan.
Yep.
Let's come to you. Chimaev versus Kevin Holland. Will, you went for Kevin Holland.
I think I did as well.
We all went Holland.
No. Both of you went for Kevin Holland. I went for Chimaev.
We all went Holland. So let's start debunking how foolish.
I didn't go Holland.
Yeah, you did. It says it right here.
I didn't go Holland. I went Chimaev.
It says basketball right here.
No, don't do that to me, bro. Go watch the show again. I'm with you, my head.
Wanting VAR
No.
in the replay.
Let me see if I can if you can see it. And you see bit where it says wheel basket mouth?
Yeah. Kamza.
No, basket mouth. Hamza in basket mouth.
No, I only saw the top. I only saw the top.
Oh, right, yeah. Right. Anyways, let's go. So what did you make of the fight? What did you make of the fight?
I mean,
I know I picked basket mouth. You probably picked basket mouth as well. So yeah. What did you make of the fight?
You did. I did.
I picked Holland out of spite because of how Hamzat had been acting all week. I could see it going that way. It was Holland's biggest weakness, but just out of spite, I chose Holland. Hamzat might be good at 185 as well. Like, Kevin Holland beats a lot of the top guys in that division. Hamzat just ran through him. Crazy. I don't know what the ceiling is for Hamzat at this point. If he can keep making weight at 170, I don't know who stops him. He looks pretty good at 185 too.
Yeah, they've been talking.
There's
been a lot made of him making weight at 170 now. He's going to be investigated because of the craziness that he did to disturb the press conference. And this is not by the UFC. This is not by the UFC. This is by the commission, by the Athletic Commission. William, you got a lot to say about this fight, so please go ahead. Go ahead. Let me drink some more. Let me drink some more Johnny Walker.
With the way Jordan spoke, yeah, someone is scared for a champion. That's what I'm saying. Someone.
No. Just tell us your whole take on the thing. You had a lot to say.
I personally would love to at 170. If Hamzat can make it, obviously through the investigations and all that, if he can make it to 170, I feel like the fight you just put out there a second ago, Usman versus him, I feel like that would be a great fight. Just to see, because he's already run through Burns. Just to see what? Because Usman's not champion right now, so he's like, you know what I mean, out there.
But so hold on. You see, this is the kind of disrespect. This is the kind of low-key disrespect here that we're talking about, and you forfeited from talking this kind of disrespect. Now, let me point out your disrespect to you, because I know you know the disrespect, but you're just trying it. You're just trying it to see if I'm good. No, hold on. I'll show you. So, Leon came in after losing to Usman 7 years ago. Yeah, gets dominated for 5 rounds, right? Wins in the last minute. This man's never lost a fight in the UFC, the entire time, right? And you just want him to go and fight Hamzat just for the heck of it and not get a chance for the rematch, yeah? How disrespectful is that? Hey, Jordan, tell me that's not disrespectful, yeah?
Let me ask a question.
No, Jordan, you know how the fight game go. You know how the MMA thing go, yeah?
Let me ask a question.
Tell me that it's not trying to be disrespectful there.
Yeah, man. Usman's done too much to get pushed aside like that.
To get a rematch.
Wait.
He's done too much not to get rematch.
No.
You know what I mean? And now see Jay Green's here. Jay Green's, me and you gonna fight. My man talking. He's bringing that Triple H lyric. Is best for business. That's what's best for business.
Yeah,
what's that all about, man? You know what I mean? That's that Triple H line, isn't it?
This is why I should be running UFC and not you, Waller. Like, watch this.
The disrespect. Yeah. Hey, listen. And you see all these people are creeping out now. Don't worry, William. Down the line, they're ready. Especially Diego. He'll throw your ass under the bus blood. You know what I mean?
Hang on a minute.
Hey, Diego, you learned well.
I got a few questions to ask you, Waller. If you can answer these questions here, then where it go? Do you feel like Usman could beat Hamzat?
That's not the point.
No. Do you feel that way?
That's not the point.
No, do you feel that way?
I do feel that way. After I saw
what's
it
your problem? What's your problem if you fight him?
Bro, I just told you what the problem was. I just reeled it out for you. And it's disrespectful. And you're trying to get there.
Who's number 3? Who's number 3 pound for pound? Now,
what does that got to do with anything?
Hamzat's already ran through him.
What does that got to do with anything?
Hamza's already beat number 3.
Does everything that Usman has done, up even the whole defending the title so many times, chasing Anderson Silva's record, you don't think? Yeah, he didn't get knocked out like Aldo, and you remember how I felt about Aldo not getting a rematch after defending that belt for so long. Yeah, but he got knocked out in the first round, in the first 13 seconds. This ain't none of that. This was a domination for 5 rounds. Are you telling me that everything that Usman's done does not deserve a rematch? That's what you want.
Usman
Hold on. That's what you want to sit there. That's what you want to sit there and
he
tell
don't
me.
need a striker. I feel like Usman needs a fight where he doesn't have to have a striker. Khamzat is the best bet.
It's for all different type of fighters.
Khamzat versus Colby next is what makes sense.
It's what makes
It
sense.
does, but Colby's not making that noise.
Colby is the best guy to make that noise. Like,
But he's not.
remember, Khamzat's a villain
people
now,
that
man.
Usman has
Colby
already
can
beaten
play an
twice.
American-
That's not even seen Khamzat.
Right, man.
But he's not. But the whole
We're
point
talking
is,
people.
yeah,
We're talking people that
Dorino's
Usman has
making-
seen twice.
even
And-
Dorino's making noise. Even Dorino's making noise.
Dorino wants it. I think that's that's a better fight for me. I
Oh,
want
you
it 5
want a
rounds.
rematch with Dorino?
I want it 5 rounds. Not 3 rounds this time. I
Yeah,
said 5
but
rounds.
guess what? We'll take that. We'll take that.
Yeah,
We're not like you. We're not like you who say, "Oh, the disrespect." We've done this and done that.
because they've been there before. And,
We'll take that.
and look, even that Dorino
We'll take
fight,
that.
some people.
But you
think,
want Usman to remain at the top forever. There's people
No,
that need
no,
to
no,
come
Him
no,
out.
versus Edwards is the next fight, and it's happening in the UK. Like that's already signed, sealed,
That's a
delivered.
big fight.
That's
They're not even
fine,
fucking
so
giving
limits.
that.
But
It's not
the
giving
same
Wembley or for
outcome's gonna
Chimaev.
happen.
You mad?
The same outcome's gonna happen. He's gonna get knocked out as soon as he gets rocked. Yeah, his brain is gonna go back to how it was before, and he's gonna get knocked out. You want to bet? You want to bet? You want to bet?
You look where your last bet got.
You want to bet?
Let me post up Johnny Walker.
No. You
Look
want to
where
bet?
your last bet got you. Huh? For a whole year, you got no mouth on the flag blood. Yeah, the flag covers all of the
It's
Ras
funny
Black
how I
fighters.
said a lot about Usman that's hurting your soul right now, but I ain't even dissed him yet.
No. You already started with your disrespect, fam. You know what I mean? And I'm not having.
How is
I'm
it
not
disrespect?
tolerating none of that blood.
How is it
in there.
disrespect? How is it
Disrespectful.
disrespect? You're
Hey.
disrespecting us by telling us we should go back to fight. What's his face? Burns. We weren't through. Everybody thought we weren't through.
Leon versus McGregor incoming if he moves up in London. I don't even think I don't even think McGregor's fucking. I don't even think that fight's happening, man. You know what I mean?
He's away pretending to be a fucking pirate or
I
something,
want Leon to
commandeering
make
yachts
that
and
money.
shit.
You know how you say, yeah, when a fighter wins something, you want him to go for rounds and not come back. You know how you say that? I want Leon to make that money too. Go look for a money fight. Go look for Masvidal. That's the one you should look for. That's a bigger money fight.
Why should they look at Masvidal? Why should they be
That's a
looking
bigger
for
money
Masvidal?
fight. What are you talking about?
Masvidal ain't even a name. It's not even a name in the team right now. Bro.
Fam. 2 chicken piece and a soda. Yo, that's it. A fight is sold right there.
So why didn't that fight happen?
How are they gonna sell Usman Leon rematch to someone that just got knocked out?
I don't know. It's the first stadium event in England in UFC history with an English champion at the top of the card. Nah, I mean,
Jordan, please preach to him because I don't. This man knows he's asking some dumb questions right now that don't make no sense. But he's doing it to try and stir the pot.
I understand it, man.
You know what I mean? You've been a jackass right now. You've been an absolute fucking
No,
dickhead. Yeah?
I'm not.
No. There's no point denying it. Just embrace it, bro. Just embrace.
Anyway, Jordan,
Embrace your fuckeries, bro. Embrace your fuckeries. Don't fight it. Don't fight your fuckeries.
Congratulations, Jordan.
Embrace your fuckeries.
You moved on up in the world. You moved on from Iron Brew to Monster.
Been a long day, man. Yeah, try to stay awake. I get why like Khamzat versus Usman's more interesting as a fight. It's always less interesting to see a rematch most of the time, but it's impossible to do with the situation we're in. But Usman has to get the rematch. There's no way you don't give him.
Oh yeah. He has to.
Blood.
But I'm saying,
You know what I mean?
From the perspective of
fuck what you saying, blood.
Khamzat versus Costa is
remember
the
what you
fight
said
I
about
want to see
Aljamain,
next.
where you didn't want him to fight. What's his face?
Peter
Yan
Yan.
again. You remember when you didn't want him to fight Yan? Remember how you go? No, Aljamain needs to make some money, man. He needs to.
Bro, he won the fight. He won the fight. He won the first fight.
No, you were scared.
Blood.
You were scared of the rematch.
No, fam. I knew he was gonna win. Who picked Aljamain out of everyone? Me, you, and whoever was on the team. Who picked Aljamain to win that second fight? I did, blood. The preview is there. The peak is there, blood.
I know you picked him to win. But prior to the fight being
I don't want to hear that.
Prior to the fight being announced, did you pick him? No, you did. You were scared. You didn't want it to happen.
Been backing Aljamain, man. You know what I mean? I'm backing him to win his next fight too. Anyways, that's by the by. Let's move to Li Jingliang D-Rod. Li Jingliang D-Rod, I thought was a robbery. And I can understand the reason he got robbed like that. Because my man's bigger than him. Yeah, D-Rod is way bigger than him. You could just see the size difference between both of them. Both of them were so big. I mean, D-Rod was way bigger than Li Jingliang, but Li Jingliang would look busy early on. It was mixing it up. The head, the body, the legs, it mixed it up. Almost the same amount of strikes to the head, to the body, to the legs, right? From Li Jingliang. But D-Rod scored 55 significant strikes. The only thing that I'm going to give D-Rod praise for was his jabs. His jabs were so clean. His jabs was super effective. He wasn't even telegraphing them jabs. The way the jabs were landing was ridiculous. It was so good. I'm going to give him props for that. But on the whole of the fight, when you look at the both fighters and what they did as a whole, I gave it to Li Jingliang. I don't know how well. Diego just made a point here that it's split decision and it could have gone either way. I just thought Li Jingliang did way more and mixed it up properly as a mixed martial arts fight. He ticked every box, and it weighed way less than the other guy. Not that should count because he agreed to that fight, but you know, for me, I just think he did way more better than what D-Rod did. What did you make of it, Will?
Cry me a river. Ow. I picked D-Rod to win. D-Rod won. How do you think I feel? You know, I feel like, when your team wins, like by scoring a handball goal, like they handball the ball to the net, the ref gives it anywhere, VAR gives it, and everyone's pissed off, but your team's happy. That's how I feel. That's exactly how I feel.
What about you, Jordan?
I really wanted Lee to win, but it just had such a shitty week. So many things going against them.
A lot of things went wrong with him, innit?
But to me, it looked like he did win. Do you know what I mean? It looked as though it was
Dana
all
said he won.
I thought he'd won
the press conference. Dana said he won. He said he won outright. No split decision thing. Dana said the man won the fight. But he can't affect. No, I'm just saying. Look, we're all giving opinions here. We're not the judges, so we can't take what the judges. We can't take what the judges is done and turn it around. All we're doing is giving opinions. So I'm just saying what Dana said in his opinion. In his opinion, he's the one that pays this guy, and in his opinion, Li Jingliang won.
If Dana
Li Jingliang came out and gave an interview in a tank top, were robbed written across the chest.
Listen,
he thinks he was robbed as well.
Listen. If Dana had any sense, he wouldn't have made that interview he made after he cancelled the whole fight around. Because he said, as soon as we found out he was 8 pounds over, we cancelled it. D-Rod was 10 pounds over Jingliang. What the hell is he talking about? About he got robbed. Yeah, he got robbed from the weigh-ins. You talking about?
And Diego, let me just address what you just said there. That D-Rod, Li Jingliang, what do you mean Li Jingliang won, but he didn't beat him, right? And that's why I was making about the size differential between both of them. That has to be taken into account. Even though he agreed to the fight, that still has to be taken into account, in my opinion. And that's why I don't think he could have just gone out there and starch like and beat D-Rod definitively, like not like that, But he did what he had to do, and I thought he mixed it well. He fought a good fight. I thought he fought the perfect fight, for the type of fighter that he was fighting, who was, 10 pounds bigger than him. I don't know what else Li Jingliang could have done other than the way he did it. I thought he fought the perfect fight. It just didn't. It just didn't happen for him with the judges. The judges didn't. They didn't. They weren't feeling it. They weren't feeling it. Look, the rest of the card was good, but the one that really got my juices flowing. That's why I'm sipping on the juice. Oh, you know what? Let's touch on that Irene Aldana and Macy's here. Cheers on fight. Because the way that fight
we're
ended.
30 minutes in here and we ain't even spoke about.
No. Don't worry. We'll get there. Don't worry.
I'm just saying.
I'm timekeeping, man. We'll get there. Irene Aldana. Irene Aldana. The way she delivered that up kick to the liver, because I thought it was a groin shot to start with. When it landed and Macy Chiason's reaction, I thought it was a groin shot, and I never used to take groin shot seriously with women until I start seeing some of these women take some groin shot and they're like, oh, I need to go in the corner and get my 5 minutes. You know what I mean? And I thought, all right, so these things really do affect them, just like like it affects man. So when you look back in the replay and you see the way the heel of the feet touch the solar plexus in the liver and the way she dropped, you got to think to yourself, that's a hell of a finish. Jordan, what did you make of that finish there? Because I haven't seen one like that before.
No, it was impressive. I've never seen it before either. I was the same as you at first. I'm like, the groin shot, like, what's happened? And then it was a liver shot, perfectly placed. Yeah, might see a bit more of it now on. I've never seen it before.
That's a top finish. What about you, William?
Yeah, brilliant finish, like inventive. I don't personally think it was like she meant to strike. She was just trying to hit her face. She was just going for her face, trying to get her face, like in case she came down, kind of thing. So I think personally it was a lucky strike that she got it right there. But hey, that's a new way of people actually looking at how to kick people from the bottom now, isn't it? So it's always new ways being invented. So yeah.
Oh my days! Look who we got in here. We got a Fight Week Show royalty in the house. Big up my guy Chiba, Carl Rossi, Boss Chiba. Yo, my man just turned up. How are you, my bro? Hope you're doing well. How's marriage like treating you? How's the honeymoon? So many questions, but we're gonna catch up, my guy. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Hope you're doing good. Look, that up kick there was crazy. Again, like you said, Will, it's like she was just trying to fend her off, but placing that up kick where it landed to finish the fight, I thought that was really, really good. And that won a performance of the night bonus as well. Let's talk about another fighter that got that 50G bonus in Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker and Ian Kutlaba, those two guys.
I'm not going to talk about this.
Johnny Walker and Ian Kutlaba, those two guys, they got in there. I was worried. Go watch along again when Johnny Walker was running to the octagon.
I went to watch it the next morning.
I was worried, like, bro, please don't run. We mentioned this on the preview. And he got in there. The fight started. He looked composed. He's probably the most composed I've seen Johnny Walker in a fight in a long time. Jordan, please, because William ain't going to tell us shit. Please tell us what you saw.
Yeah, it's both guys are always nerve-wracking to try and watch fight because they're so wild. But Johnny Walker looked the more composed of the two. Wasn't quite the finish I was expecting, but I was happy for you, man. I know it was me that made the bet, but I was happy for you, man.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? I love that you made the bet. I love that Kerry Parker came up with all the suggestion. We put into the chat that, look, what forfeit should we come up with? And Kerry Parker, big up Kerry Parker, came up with a big forfeit, and the forfeit landed firmly on William's door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, even Jordan said, yeah, you got to get that Johnny Walker bottle, man. You know what I mean? And that's why
I'll be thinking about Johnny Walker every day for the next year.
That's why we ended up with one of these, man. You know what I mean? We're sipping on Johnny Walker bottle tonight at the displeasure of my very good friend Mr. William. Look, I was happy for him. He needed that win. He's one of those. He's on the, you know what I mean. He's had such a sketchy run in the UFC, and
Very
look,
up and down.
and the craziest thing is Johnny Walker is Williams' boy. You know what I mean? Like he used to back it from early, man. that's what makes this. That's what makes this even. That's what makes it even sweeter. You know.
Look, what happens, man.
I like the way he ended the fight. He did his worm celebration. I was even worried for him. Please don't dislocate your shoulder. You know what I mean? Because we've seen that celebration end badly. We've seen that happen before. Who does it fight next? Where does it go from here, Jordan?
It might sound weird, but I never ever think about Johnny Walker in terms of rankings. He seems like one of these sort of sideshow fighters you bring in to make a card more fun. You know, if you want to open a main card, you throw Johnny Walker in with someone else that gets a lot of first round finishes.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I've not really. I think he was calling for Ankalaev, in an interview he done with the.
Yeah,
Schmo.
I don't know if that's a good fight for him, but you know,
I don't. But it'd be fun for as long as it lasted.
I'd like to see him and Ryan Spann. I think
that makes sense.
You know,
Paul Craig even maybe.
Yeah. One of those guys. You know, I'd like to see one of those guys get in there with Johnny Walker just to see if you know what he's doing now. It's not a flash. It's not a flash in the pan. But we know the energy that.
I like to see him with.
Huh?
I like to see him with Curtis Blades.
Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades has done too much work, man, to be fighting people like Johnny Walker, man. You know what I mean? He's done too much work in the division to be even.
But wait a minute, I think Curtis Blades has got a Nigerian grandparent. I don't think you should be talking about him like that.
You see, the crazy thing is William is coming with some fucking hate fights, you know? Like the hate in your heart is making you fucking make some fucking crazy fights. Well. Carry on.
Jordan, you seem to be firmly going on that side. Just remember, the year will be over, you know?
We're just a day into
I'm just getting enjoyment out of my win. But I don't really get that much out of it.
I'm getting that extra week, man.
From last week. Yeah. So just remember, Jordan, once this year's over, yeah, we've got 51 more weeks to go.
And you're plotting and planning the whole time.
We're talking 12 calendar months. What's this guy talking about? We're talking 12 calendar months, man. You're talking about once this year's over.
It's
about one
over. I said, no.
12 months. Yeah,
I said there's 51 weeks left.
Yeah, look. Calendar year, man. That's what we're going for. Not when this year is done. Hold on. What we got here? Carl Rossi says supervillain boss is what the UFC needs. He's getting investigated and shit. So, you know, let's see if we can bring that up to 185.
Is D-Rod getting investigated?
For what?
D-Rod didn't fuck up the press conference.
Kevin Holland did.
They're not investigating him for the weight cut. The doctor told him he can't cut weight. That's not what he's being investigated for, blood. He's getting investigated for the shenanigans at the press conference. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. They threw the 2 bottles hit a reporter and everything. That's why the commission's looking at it. You know, so that reporter might not even want anything at the start, but as soon as the commission got involved, they might be looking. You know what? Maybe I'll get a little compensation here. You know what I mean? Like who's throwing bottles? These guys are throwing bottles and shit. You hit him twice, so you know that's why the thing is getting investigated, and it's because it was him that started it as well. So. That's why. But look, we like Chimaev, you know what I mean? I don't hate on Chimaev around here, man.
No, you don't. You wanted him to get knocked out. No, you don't.
You know what I mean? I just want to see him in some really good fights. And yeah, one more honorary fight that I'm gonna give a mention to was Chris Barnett. I didn't pick Chris Barnett to win, right? But Jesus did he put in a performance. William, what did you make of the Jack Collier versus Chris Barnett win?
I put him up after the first round. I thought, these guys made a better bet than I did. But after round 2, whoop, hop, tap, hop. It was not. Look, Chris Barnett. Yeah, he's gonna be. I think he's gonna be much more better entertainment than Derek Lewis has been.
He's so good at it. So good.
I think he's gonna be.
It's nearing bam bam when it comes to them celebrations, blood.
Oh, he missed weight. Remember.
And
I found out why. Yeah, I found out why. Basically, he had an overdramatic doctor, so the guy was like checking his blood pressure and his heart rate, and he says to him, "Your heart rate's high." And he's like, "No shit, like I'm 267. Like my heart rate's always high. I tie my shoes, my heart rate's high." And the doctor's like, nah, it's too high. If I let you cut the extra 2 pounds, you'll lose the fight tomorrow. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, no, I know. So the doctor wouldn't let him cut the extra 2 pounds because his heart rate was too high, which he says because he's fat, basically, his heart rate's always high.
I agree, and that's why I said, during the preview, I did mention it that, look, because they're heavyweight, I'm not really too bothered by him not making weight, because 2 pounds in the heavyweight division does not swing anything, because you can weigh 225 to 230 and fight in the heavyweight and fight a man that's 265. So that weight differential doesn't really affect those guys, because there's room for all different kind of weights in the heavyweight division. So that's why I went to critical of him missing weight. Yeah, Capone, that comment ain't coming up, blood. You know what I mean? We're not doing that today, man. You got 12-month ban. Yeah, man. You and William, man. Both for you, man. That ban, that forfeit there touches you as well, fam. That's not coming up on the screen, blood. Yeah, sorry, but it's not coming up. That shit ain't gonna see the light of day, blood.
Every jollof there is.
That shit ain't gonna see the light of day. No, that shit ain't gonna see the light of day, man. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, Ghanaian jollof is better than all the jolloфs.
What did you say? What was you trying to say?
What you mean me for?
Oh, I didn't hear what you were saying.
Ghanaian jollof better.
Dan.
All the jollofs.
Yeah, you're fucked up fucking loopholes, man. You know what I mean? You put them comments in there, bro. Them comments ain't gonna see the light of the Capone, man.
I'm just saying what you say without this. Who you want me to diss?
Hey, look, let's move on to this week's card, man. We're 42 minutes in. What a card last week, man. You know what I mean? What a card last week. You didn't even remind me about this card no more, man. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna do the main card picks, yeah? Because I do want to touch on the boxing as well. Some of the boxing fights that's coming up. So we're going to do the main card picks, but the prelim picks, we're going to do them in the, you know what I mean? We're going to do them via text, so we can register them before the bell rings. Before the first bell rings is when them picks is got to come in. So don't forget that, Jordan. So, UFC Vegas 60. Let's start at the top with Cory Sandhagen versus Song Yadong. William, Song Yadong, 24 years old, and he's doing so well in that bantamweight division. Some of the fights
is this still like alpha male?
Some of the fights that he's been involved in, and the way he's come up at such a young age. What have you made of his whole impact in the bantamweight division?
Yeah, it's been great. He's been a great fighter. In that, and like the things he's done, I know he's lost a few fights and all of that crap, but yeah, he's been really, really good, especially his knockouts as well, like flashy knockouts. So I don't know, I feel like he doesn't fight the traditional their kind of style. He fights a bit loose, not too defensive. So I don't know. I don't always bank on him to win, even though he does win and wins like flashily. I always feel like if he comes up against someone who's really, really good, he's gonna come up short easily. Capone is always correct.
What about you, Jordan? Cory Sandhagen, he was going for that title run. You know what I mean? And he came against two very, very good fighters in Dillashaw, which when that fight happened, I did pick Dillashaw over him because I just thought Dillashaw just way too seasoned, even though they were teammates. Huh?
I thought Sandhagen won, by the way.
Yeah, it could have gone either way. It could have gone either way. But Jordan, what have you made of Cory Sandhagen his comeback into the say title contention and start trying to beat some of the guys that that's going for the same things?
I feel like he's only really lost to the very top guys, and he's got enough physical attributes. Like, he's very long for the division, he's quick, he's flying knees and stuff like that. Quite a smart fighter. I think he's coming into about his prime right about now. I really do think he's got a good future. He's always going to be around the top 5 of that division for the next few years. And looking forward to seeing how this one goes.
Yeah, man. This fight for me it's a really, really good matchup for both guys. And a win against each other is definitely going to get them closer to, because Song Yadong hasn't really been there. He hasn't, he's not really touched it. But look, Chito Vera is what? It's probably one fight away from, because he just beat Aldo, and that's a title fight waiting for him, or at least it'll get him to being a contender for the title in the next 2 fights. I would say maximum. The next 2 fights should get him near a title fight. What's that?
You say that, yeah. You say that with Chito beating Aldo, but then what would happen if O'Malley beats Yan?
Again, they're both going for number 1 contender.
Yeah, but then Chito's already beat,
and that's why I said because Chito has a win over O'Malley and has just beaten Aldo. At least this is the thing. You're saying that if we already know what Chito did. Chito's already beaten O'Malley and he's already beaten Aldo. We're still waiting for O'Malley to beat Nyan. We don't know what's going to happen yet. And that's why you're saying, what if? That's still a big if. Because I'm not so sure O'Malley's just going to go in there and spark Yan out. I don't think that's how it's going to pan out. People might think that's how it's going to go. I don't see it that way. I could see O'Malley getting dumped on his head a couple times. I see Yan pick up Aljamain and start. Do you know how tall Sterling is, blood? Do you know how big that brother is? He picked him up and dumped him on his head, fam. Like, Yan is a whole different breed. And it could expose something against O'Malley. But we're not at that fight yet. I'm trying to say, we already know what Chito did. And Song Yadong already beat Chito. This is what, so a win against Sandhagen, having beat Chito, who beat Aldo, could also get him near enough that contender fight. And it's not about getting to the title right now. They're trying to get within 2 fights of fighting for the title. That's what I think this fight represents. What do you think, William?
Well, yeah, for Song, yeah. But the funny thing is, yeah, these are all top fighters. These are all top, like, say, top 6, 7 fighters in the division anyways. So if any one of them gets a title shot, it's not really like a bad thing, because all of them has at least tasted a little bit of the title shot or gone close to getting a title shot. So it's really a lottery pick of whose performance is best or who will match up to the champion even better after Dillashaw, Dillashaw thingy happens, which I think, I got a feeling that Dillashaw is gonna bully him badly.
It's gonna be a fun fight to watch.
Bully him badly. We all know what Dillashaw can do. Yeah, and I feel like everybody's forgot. Sandhagen is a very, very hard fight for Dillashaw. Dillashaw did a lot, yeah, but Sandhagen is still very, very hard, especially with reach and everything like that. Yeah, but with Dillashaw and with Aljamain, I feel like Aljamain's weaker than what's his face, or will gas out quicker than Sandhagen. So I just feel like it's lambs for a slaughter.
Mm.
So
Okay.
So I feel like it's whoever matches out to Dillashaw, whoever matches great to Dillashaw. So that's my perspective. I could be very wrong. It could be still Aljamain, but I just feel like whoever's gonna match up really, really well to Dillashaw.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, this guy, Song Yadong is for me is a very, very good up and coming to not just to
If he wins as well, yeah. If Son Yadong wins and then what's his name wins, TJ wins. Just remember, it's still alpha male.
Yeah. I mean, it's on a 3-5 win streak, and he knocked out Marlon Moraes. He made Marlon Moraes, hang the gloves. Like this guy is not a joke fighter, man. And look, let's start on our picks right now, man. Let's go on the picks. Cory Sandhagen, Song Yadong. Where are you going, Jordan?
I'm going to go with Cory Sandhagen.
William?
Dito.
Okay, I'm going to go with Song Yadong. He's the underdog. He's the underdog as well, but I feel like he's got a very, very good chance of winning it. Now in the second fight or the co-main event, we got Gregory Rodriguez versus Chidi Njokani. Chidi Njokani 22-7 and Gregory Rodriguez 12-4. William, do you want to give us a pick?
Njokani.
What about you, Jordan?
I'm going with Rodriguez.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Chidi myself, and yeah, Chidi for me on that fight there. Yeah, man, big up everybody watching live right now. Salute to all of you. Thank you very much. Yeah, man. You see the people them are doing the Lord's work in there. Smash the likes up, hit the likes up. Diego said O'Malley will win that bout surely. He thinks O'Malley is gonna beat Peter Yan. Carl Rossi says elongated Hasbullah gonna have fun with that rainbow head O'Malley. Oh Lord. Carl Rossi is back. Yeah, man, we missed you, man. We missed you, fam. We missed you. And it says Lance Dillashaw Armstrong. Jesus. Yeah, man, there's a lot going on here. Okay. Andre Fili versus Bill Algeo. Andre Fili 21-9. Bill Algeo 16-6. These two are fighting in the featherweight division. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna go with Andre Fili. Bill Algeo is taking this fight on short notice. But I'm gonna go with Fili here. What about you, Jordan?
Sorry, I'm going with Bill Algeo.
Jordan's going with Bill. William?
Bill Algeo.
Okay. All of us haven't agreed. We've not gone full house on any of the fights so far, which is good. It's good. I like it.
Hey, wait, who got the most points last week?
I've not counted it yet because we couldn't even get throughout the whole card. I've not counted it yet. I'll count and put it in the in your text. Joe Pyfer versus Alan Amedowski. I think is that how you call it? Amedowski. Amedowski. Yeah, I think look, Allen. Let's go with Allen. I think I like Allen. I like Allen better, man. Let's go with Allen, man. Before I start killing off these people's names and shit. Yes, big up Kerry Parker in the house. You're just catching us right at the right time. William has disappeared.
Kerry, I got a message for you, Kerry.
You know what I mean?
I got one message for you, Kerry. Yeah, see this? Sit on it and swivel. That's what I got for you, Kerry. No. You brought that forfeit in.
Don't do that. The flag covers Kerry as well, you know. That flag covers Kerry as well, man. No disrespect, man. You know what I mean? No disrespect. And look, that big flag there, man, it covers everybody, you know what I mean? You can't even disrespect man up in here, fam. You get me? Like, no. We're not gonna do that, man. I want full apologies to Kerry. You know what I mean? You said you was gonna honor this thing. Honor this thing, fam.
I am honoring it.
What? By sticking our middle finger to who the flag is protecting, fam. Nah. Come
I didn't
on,
know
dog.
Kerry was Nigerian.
Oh, now you know. Yeah, I told you. Ask man, innit? Ask man, and I'll tell you.
I'm not gonna ask. I'm gonna.
Hey, Jordan, didn't we say that earlier on? You know what I mean? Ask man.
Probably doesn't know I'm Nigerian as well, but
you know what I mean. Jordan is as well. Ask man.
Fuck you, Jordan. Fuck the Scottish Nigerian.
Yo, we like I am brew Nigeria. You know? We like Iron Brew Nigeria, fam. Stop playing, man. You know what I mean? Jordan turning up with the Iron Brew last week. And William straight away put the man on the stereotype, you know. Okay, now typical William. I go always fire shots. Oh shit.
Oh, Kerry.
Okay. Let's go with the fight piece.
Only a Nigerian would name his son Kerry.
Hey, you see? What part of honoring are you doing here? Because it's a disgrace the job you've done so far.
We're gonna have to come back tomorrow and do an apology special.
You know what I mean? Like,
I did this.
But you're gonna be dissing out public apologies, man, on Twitter, everywhere, fam. You know what I mean? Okay, Joe Pyfer versus Alen Amedovski. Alen Amedovski, look at that, he's rolling off the tongue now. 8-3 versus Joe Pyfer 9-2. I'm gonna go with Joe Pyfer here. Joe Pyfer for me. What about you, William?
I thought you were gonna go with Figgy, but yeah, I'm going with Pyfer as well. Pyfer.
Okay, Jordan.
Yeah, same for me.
Okay.
Whoa!
So
First full house.
First full house.
First round knockout. I'm super confident in this one. Dana loves this guy. He's handpicked an opponent to make him look good.
He loves him bad. He really.
The guy's
really
fighting's really got a bad record, and I don't think he's fought in like 3 years, coming off the back of a bad loss.
Yeah, and I think Alen Amedovski is a bad matchup for him, man. Bad matchup.
Mm-hmm.
Look, let's go on to Bosa versus Rodrigo Nacimiento. Rodrigo Nacimiento 8-1. Bosa 20-8. This fight's happening in the heavyweight division. Jordan, we're gonna come to you first.
Bosa by knockout. Fairly
Bosa by knockout, did you say?
Fairly straightforward, I think.
Fairly straightforward, yes. And
well,
what
looks
about
like
you,
he
William?
disagrees.
Nacimiento.
No, William is going Nacimiento.
Want a bet?
No.
I know how to pick my spots, man.
I know. With Johnson, you actually even said for fight of the night. You predicted that.
Yeah, nobody got fight of the night, just so you know.
No fighting, performance.
Yeah. Only performance bonuses was given.
I know.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bosa as well. I'm gonna go with Bosa by knockout in the.
How many fucking vapes are you smoking at once?
Right now it's 2.
Yeah, I know. I call him Wolverine. Usually he got like 3 or 4 of them things, and he
I've
just
never seen that ever.
There, man.
Normally it's
highlighters.
On the last fight on the main card, we got Marc-Andre Barriot versus Anthony Hernandez. Barriot from Canada, 14-5. This is happening in the 185 division. And Anthony Hernandez 9-2. Jordan, we came to you first the last time. William, let's come to you now.
Barriot.
Where are you going?
Barriot.
You're going with Barriot?
Yeah.
What about you, Jordan?
I'm going with Hernandez.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Hernandez as well.
You guys know something I don't know.
No. We just
should be a good
just
fight.
shot in the dark.
See how you even said no. Or something I don't know.
Did you not see the pre-show podcast?
In the dark, man.
We've been meeting up for weeks now, discussing picks. I thought that's what you've been doing.
Don't worry, I'm sticking with my picks because last week my picks done you all in. Apart from Johnny
Walker.
Apart from Johnny Walker, my picks done.
That's the important one, isn't it? That's the most important one, man. You know what I mean? That's what got you where you are now, man. That's the one that's hurting you up. That's the one that's making you run off camera, getting you on mute. That one that's making you feel like you gotta disrespect even harder, but you can't do it because you're gonna get police.
You know how you say
you know what
stuff
I mean?
off
That
air.
fight there.
You know how you say stuff off air, yeah? Like that nobody hears about, and when I put here, you deny.
No, you can't be bringing off air thing onto the thing, but that's all shit.
That's what I'm saying. I only have to be respectful for an hour every week. I only have to be respectful for an hour every week. Because when me and you meet.
Yo, if I'm coming anywhere near your house, I'm bringing my flag with me, fam. Yo, this rascal thing is yo.
Can I ask a question?
I'm bringing this with me, fam.
Can I ask a quick question?
I'm gonna get covered in
last fight, did he take that?
You know what I mean? And when the flag get covered up.
In Usman's last fight, did he take that in the ring to the ring with him?
No. This got nothing to do with that. You lost the bet. We're talking about.
I'm asking you a question.
No, let's talk about your bet. Yeah, in your last bet, did you lose the bet? No, let's not talk about Usman. In your last bet, did you lose the bet? That's what really matters here.
You're gonna have to try and catch him on one to get yourself unbanned.
Yeah, you know what?
And you're gonna have to but you're gonna have to make it good in the other direction. You're gonna have to double down.
Oh,
like if you lost another bet, you'd have to wear a Nigeria shirt.
No. What a card to bet on than the 281 main event.
Oh, look, we'll cross that bridge. We're gonna cross that bridge when we get there. You know what I mean?
What about Will having to do shows in a Nigeria shirt for a month?
Let's cross the song Yadong Sandhagen bridge first, man. You know what I mean? That's a bridge that we need to cross.
281.
Let's see what happens. Nah, man. No. We're not talking about 281 right now, man. Stop it. You're doing my head.
Asking
you know
it for a bit first.
You're trying to give me a heart attack, but we're not even there yet. Hey, listen, we got two other fights that I wanted to talk about in boxing. Triple G. Oh yeah, before we get to Triple G, let's do our bonuses real quick. Let's get the bonuses out of the way. Yeah, get your bonuses in. Performance of the night, Jordan.
Shit. 2 seconds, my laptop's crashing.
All right, I'll go first. I'll go first. My performance of the night, I'm gonna go with Bosa, Tana Bosa. And fight of the night, I'm gonna go with Philly versus Bill Alger.
Detour on the fight of the night for me.
So fight of the night, you're going with Philly as well.
Yeah, and then Python for my performance of the night.
All right, can you hear me still?
Python?
Yeah.
What about you, Jordan?
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Right.
Can you not see yourself?
So basically, my laptop started opening programs over the screen, so I don't know what's going on. But
William has that kind of effect on laptops, man. You know what I mean?
I thought that's what it was.
Yeah.
So
you're banned from affecting laptops as well, fam. leave Jordan's laptop alone, man. You know what you do to the man's laptop?
Stop
it. So I'm gonna go with the main event for the fight of the night.
Main event for fight of the night.
Cameron Van Camp for performance of the night.
Ooh, I like that pick still. I was thinking the other one.
Who's Cameron Van Camp fighting?
The other one I was thinking was Dennis Gomes.
Nicholas Motta.
I chose Motta.
The other one I was going for was Dennis Gomes from against Loma Bumi.
I like that.
She was on the Contender Series the other day. A student of Jessica Andrade. Yeah. I was going to pick her still, but Bosa is a safe choice. So I'll just go with Bosa. Yeah. What did you say again, Cameron?
Cameron Van Camp.
Yeah.
First fight of the night.
Best fight in the prelims.
Yep. Okay. So William, let's come to you because some of our viewers they did put in a question earlier on, and we said we're going to touch upon it real quick. Triple G Canelo. This is tomorrow, you know. Hey, Kerry, let me say something to you now. William will agree to this. Fight nights on paper is very boring. I promise you, you do not find finishes on any other cards than fight nights, especially with names that you don't know. Trust me. I know you say it now on paper, it looks boring. It looks.
This is my theory to it, because I feel like Ola from back then when Ola used to speak to me about watching these cards. Yeah, Ola used to tell me all the time, "You need to watch these cards. You need to watch these cards. You need to watch." I don't know these guys, man. I don't know these guys. I don't care. I don't know these guys. Then I started watching it, and I thought, you know what? You know the difference between the fight nights and the main events, the pay-per-view cards. The difference is these guys are all trying to make names for themselves. Everybody out there is trying. They're all trying to get that highlight reel for that week. Everyone out there, so they give you the most, like, the best fights they can. Yeah, they want to be talked about from the whole week or two leading to the next pay-per-view card. Do you get what I'm saying? So you get most of the most amazing fights, yeah, from fight nights. Fight nights are great. Watch our review on fight nights the week after when we talk about it. It's absolutely great. And then some of the pay-per-view cards, sometimes you come and sit here and go, it wasn't what we expected. This person, it wasn't. Do you get what I mean?
Especially the guys that pay for it as well. You know what I mean? We don't even pay for that shit over here in England.
Yeah.
But those guys over there in the States and Canada, they, you know what I mean? They feel it because they have to pay big money for pay-per-view, and pay-per-view don't always deliver the same way that Fight Night does. Fight Night on a consistent basis
delivers.
On pay-per-views, they put a lot of, see the older guys like Clay Guida, Robbie Lawler, the guys that aren't fighting at 100% anymore, because they get paid so much, they put them on the pay-per-view cards, which often results in quite a bad fight.
Yeah.
And put on throughout it, whereas the fight night cards tend to be the younger guys or guys off the Contender series really trying to make a name for themselves.
Hungry for it. Hungry fights. You get hungry for if you wanna be a fan of UFC, proper UFC. Yeah, not even MMA, but UFC. If you want to be a proper fan of UFC, watch the fight nights. Watch the fight nights. You understand why people love it. People love the sports. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, man. Fight nights is where it's at. You know what I mean? I like fight nights a lot.
I've been enjoying guys, the Contender series as well. Like, that's really good fights as well.
Yes.
But on average, I think the Contender series fights are better than pretty much any regional promotion. And a lot of the prelims on some of the main
cards, because they're all trying to make a name for themselves.
These guys are so hungry. So we was talking about Canelo and Triple G. How do you see this fight going? And do you think Triple G has even got a speck of a chance winning this fight at all? And that's looking into Canelo losing his last fight too, coming into this fight.
No. Only because of the punishment Triple G took in his last fight. I know he won it by knockout or whatever, but he was getting punched up badly. And you don't give Canelo these type of chances, if you ask me. Yeah. In the first fight, I think Triple G won it. The second fight, I think Canelo won. Yeah. I think Canelo won. I know Triple G's jabs was doing the job, but Canelo was beating him up. Canelo was unleashing punch combinations on him. Yeah. Canelo looked the busier fighter in that fight anyway. So for me, I gave the second fight to Canelo. And then look at GGG's face after that fight. And look at Canelo's face. Yeah. Who was catching the punches with their gloves, and who was actually catching it in their face, if you get what I'm saying. GGG's always been hittable. Very, very hittable. But there used to be a fear factor with him. So it's more so you don't want to piss him off. You don't want to hit him hard enough to piss him off. Canelo has faced him twice. He won't be scared to, it feels like I'm not gonna get knocked out by this guy. Yeah, he buckled me a few times, but I'm not gonna get knocked out by him. So you won't be scared to take a punch, and that's what makes it much more of a thing. Because the last fight that GGG fought, the guy wasn't scared to take punches either, and that was a detriment of him in the long run. Even though I thought the guy was winning with certain spots, like I was watching the fight like, because I already knew GGG won. I was watching it like, how did he win this fight? Like 2 rounds in, I was like, what the hell is going on? Like, he's getting beat up here. So without watching that, I think he's gone slower as well. He's an older man right now, you know what I mean? Real old. And you know how I always say about boxing chins? Yeah. You could be the most durable guy, yeah, but overnight, your chin can just grow but like the guy who everyone's seen, like, stands in there, bang, one shot. Like Tony. Remember, I said this with Chandler and Tony. That Chandler, I feel like this is the fight where Tony will get knocked out. I feel like this is the fight where GGG could potentially get knocked. It could potentially be the first time
cleanly get knocked out.
No, not even knocked out. I'm not going to go that far. I'm going to say we're going to see him on the canvas. I feel like this is the first time we're going to see him. If he wins, fair enough. But I feel like this time we're going to see him.
Proper knockdown.
Yeah. I feel Hardy. Yeah.
Jordan.
I feel strongly, I take a bet on it.
Okay. Yeah. Jordan.
Yeah.
What's your take on this bout between Triple G and Canelo? Like I said earlier on, Canelo coming off a loss. Albeit, he's done it against Triple G before.
Canelo's been fighting bigger guys as of late. Like, he's been taking a lot of chances. It have to find a ceiling at some point. I don't think that takes away from where he stands at the moment. I think it probably beats Triple G. Just he's a bit less weathered. Triple G starting to look his age, So I really do like Canelo. I don't know about stopping him. I don't know about that, but Canelo should probably win a bit more decisively this time, at the very least.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way, but for me, I'm basing it on activity. Canelo has been very, very active. I mean, he's been in 3 fights this calendar year, so like and in that time, Triple G ain't really been out there like that. And for me, that usually works better, especially for a very, very good and sharp fighter like Canelo that likes to download information, in every single one of his fights before he really start putting on the fighters. So, but Triple G is one of those, like William said not too long ago. He's one of those that you don't really want to wake up the beast. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to annoy him. You don't want to hit him so hard to the point where you wake him up and he starts to walk you down and really start pissing you up. But I feel, in my opinion, I feel like Canelo's gonna edge it. I don't think it's gonna be like a finish. It's gonna, they've had a draw, a slight win in the 2 fights that they've been in. This is a trilogy. And I just think Canelo's just been the busier guy, leading from that time up until this time. And I see him winning the fight. And Triple G, like you said, he's getting old. He's getting old, man. It might be near time to start, thinking about either taking some lower fights and be not a gatekeeper, but a big money fight for some of these, young guys that's got big name or got big hype around them. Maybe he can be that guy for them. William, yeah, please.
Also in boxing, I've seen this before where the old fighter who's wanted a certain guy, who's wanted a certain someone has how do you call it? has turned the clock
Mm.
a bit and showed us that, like, ooh, this is why he was the guy who he was. Like that one fight, Pacquiao did it.
Mm.
Pacquiao did it with Keith Thurman. We all fought, bang, like Pacquiao's done. Yeah, we fought. Ooh, why Keith Thurman, man? Keith Thurman's gonna knock him out. We were thinking of ways in which he was gonna get knocked out. He turned the clock like crazy. Yeah, in that fight. I can't go off the top of my head to think of any other person who's just turned the clock, like just turned it on. And you're thinking, wow, this is why we love this guy. GGG, for me, has got the potential to do that.
Mm.
He's got the potential to do that. That's if Canelo takes him for granted. But I see this as Canelo seeing himself as this is the only time, if I get to, like, he's weaker now, if I get to knock him out or down or something, make a significant change in the fight, then everyone will respect me for that. So I that's why I feel strongly. Like, I feel like he's gonna go down. I don't know how, but I feel like he's gonna go down. Maybe body shot, even a body shot. Might not be even to the chin. Maybe a body shot. But I just feel like this is the fight where it goes down. Because the guy who he was getting beat by, Canelo would dust him. Canelo would dust the guy who GGG was getting beat by. And like to elaborate on what Jordan said as well, Canelo's been fighting in the higher weight classes, so the punches he's received will make him very, 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 very fearless against what's his name, GGG. He'll think, like, look, I've got beat by Bivol, yeah, who's way, 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 like, bigger than me, and I stood in there with him for 12 rounds. What's this guy gonna do to me? You know what I'm saying? But that will be his. I think that will be his mind frame. But we'll see. I hope GGG wins, but I can't see him winning. I can't put my house on him. I can't put my house on him to win. So
do you know what time the ring walk is for the main event?
it'll be around where they fight again, Vegas.
Yeah, I'm thinking around 4 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. sort of time.
No. It'll be around five.
For the ring walk.
Yeah, it'll be around 5. If it's Vegas, it'll be around 5. They will try as much as Canelo doesn't necessarily respect UFC.
Mm-hmm.
But he's waited before.
Has he?
Bertrand's staying here 4
many
a.m.
times when
UK
Dana's
time.
been watching this fight.
Yeah, I thought it'd be 4 a.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They say 4 a.m., but I'm gonna hold my hands up and say 5. I'm gonna say about 5, and then the fight will start around 4:30-ish times, around them times.
Right.
It'll go into 6. I think it'll go into 6. This is Vegas. Yeah, so it'll go into 6. I feel if they do respect UFC, then they will have their fight, they'll have their card, but they won't have the main event clash with the main event. But knowing that Dana's watched Canelo fight many times before,
I remember there was a picture of Canelo watching Diaz versus Masvidal, I think it was.
Yeah, but
That's
for pay-per-view, and I think that's probably why they put the pay-per-view date last week and put fight night on for this weekend.
That makes sense, actually.
But it was still like it was. I think he'll probably wait for. So I'd say 5 o'clock. Ring walk 5 o'clock. Because UFC's in Vegas as well, isn't it?
I think so.
Yep. So
I know we mentioned about Jake Paul versus Anderson Silva. Have any of you changed your stance on those two and how he's gonna go down?
Nah, I wanted to talk a little bit about Conor Ben.
Yeah, please, because that got called off, innit? Because of the funeral and that.
Called off.
Funeral.
Yeah, but that fight's like 3-4 weeks away.
I don't know what was called off
I
about.
thought it got called off because of his weight.
Nah, I heard it. I heard it was something to do with the Queen's funeral, but
anyway, no one's called it off. No one's actually called it off. They're saying that Conor Ben put out rumors that what's his face is trying to pull it. Chris Eubanks Sr. is trying to pull Chris Eubanks Jr. out because of the weight issues or something.
Okay.
That was the feelings he put out. But also in that fight, I do feel like Eubank should win that fight.
Bigger,
Regardless
more
of the weight.
experienced.
Yeah, regardless of the weight or whatever it is, I think Eubank should win that fight. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I think we'll talk about it more next week because I didn't know if what you're telling me I don't know about.
Yeah, I'll look into that still. And next week, yeah, we'll bring that up because if you're saying they still got 3-4 weeks, they're still 3-4 weeks out. I don't see why the Queen's funeral should be disturbing that. But
that's what I was thinking.
I thought it was something to do with the Queen that something about Conor Benn and Eubank Jr. got called off due to the funeral. I'm sure I saw something about that on Sky TV. I could be wrong, but I'll double check it. Diego Senior is worried for his son, says Diego here. Eubank Senior, sorry. Yeah, I do. You know what I mean? I do on Fridays. I always tell this man, jump on BBC iPlayer, man. You know what I mean? Or BBC Free.
I can't if I work Saturday morning. If I work Saturday morning, I can't.
Yeah, but William got work Saturday morning. But yeah, I do.
Bits and
More
pieces.
time still. People, look, it's been a good show. Thank you to everybody that's joined us tonight. You lot's been fire. The chat's been fire. The guests, the hosts, the co-hosts, everybody's lit it up tonight. It's been a good show, man. And we're gonna come back next week, own some of our picks, and see how that fight card did.
But first, before you go, I want you to agree with me. We're gonna have a forfeit on the main event for 281. We're gonna re-forfeit the forfeit.
A lot of things can happen
I
between now
will put
and
my
then.
forfeit on the line. I could go 2 years or relinquish my year back. It's up to you.
What, you want to go double or nothing?
Yeah, Zerski.
You that confident in Pereira?
I'm not saying I'm confident. I'm just saying I'm going out.
You're willing to go 2 years. The man just said, "Oh, I don't know if I'm confident. But you're willing to put 2 years. You're willing to serve 2 years for Pereira. You really trust that brother that much? Is that what you tell him, man? You really trust him that much? Wow.
I think you're going the wrong direction. I think a Nigeria shirt for the show is the way to go.
Listen, the flag is protecting Jordan right now, man. You know what I mean? Like, don't insult him. No, don't do it. Look where he got you the last time. Don't do it, brother. Don't do it. Just smile. I like that smile, bro. The smile that hurts. Yeah, but like that. Yeah, don't do it, man. Don't do it. Hey, people, we're gonna leave it on that bombshell. William looking like he's hot right now. He's salty. He's in pain. That smile. If you don't smile, you're gonna cry. One of those. Yeah, man. Salute to everybody. Please come and join us on the next show. Hasta la vista. Salute, people.
Yo, guys, this is Adrian Yanez telling you to use those handles. Hit, click, like, and subscribe.